So we just saw an extreme bounce in crypto with some of the major pairs moving up by over 10% today. But the question is, was this recovery the beginning of a huge move upwards, or are we set to see a new low? And if so, what is the next lowest dip buy price? Today in this video, I'll use my nearly 7 years experience in trading and investing to explain just this. I'm going to break down my technical analysis on Bitcoin and several other major pairs. I'm going to talk about some of the important price levels from a technical analysis standpoint, some fundamental concepts that are causing this current market push, and where I see crypto moving into the near future. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to be covering a cool trade opportunity that I'm covering with our premium crypto trading team. If you're returning, welcome back. But if you're new here and like crypto trading and investing, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you know when we post. And if you find value in this video, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel. But without further ado, let's dive in and see what's going on with the crypto market right now. All right, so if we take a look at this Bitcoin chart, I know it probably looks like a jumbled mess, but once I explain it, it's probably going to add a lot of clarity as to where we are in the market. So first, we have our overall trend off of these lows that sort of established the baseline of the current move that we've seen in Bitcoin right now. So we've obviously had these two mega pushes up, and now we're sort of sitting along this lower support region, but we haven't come back down to retest this overall trend. So if we go in a little bit tighter, this is where a little bit more of the short-term movement and price action has been drawn out. We can see that once we move down into this range, we sort of have a channel of highs and lows that the price has been moving back in between. And we've actually used some Elliott wave analysis in here to calculate these moves, but the most recent price action has sort of channeled down back off of this level and has now bounced off of this lower trend line. So really, this was sort of the last level of support that we could possibly see before Bitcoin was going to end up taking a move lower. So you can see right here, we were also able on a 15-minute frequency to be able to take a long position off of this level, which we alerted out on our premium Discord, and we were able to close this out just last night for a full profit on our premium and signals side. And the reason we got this positive price movement was the fact that the Fed actually had a meeting today and increased rates by 0.05, which is the most they've increased it since the year 2000. And basically the concept behind this is that if the economy can handle interest rates going up and money borrowing becoming more expensive, it usually indicates a healthy economy and the fact that we can sort of look towards some slower, more even growth. And that's sort of what caused this temporary boost in price of Bitcoin. But what I am looking for as sort of potentially what we need to watch for is this level to be broken on Bitcoin. The next area to sort of have a major response in price action is going to be, in my opinion, on the overall 61.8 of the move and at this point of the overall long-term trend line that we see right here. So off of these lows, this low, this is the next logical contact point to have a major support level off of. And like I said, if we take our fib from swing low to swing high on the overall Bitcoin move, this is the perfect intersection of the 61.8, which we have contacted 2 other times. And it wouldn't surprise me to see another push down to sort of around that 30K psychological level before we see a move to the upside. And real quick, guys, we just partnered with Bybit officially. So if you're looking for a crypto exchange to be able to take all of these trades on, Bybit is by far the easiest and best crypto exchange to be trading on. Okay, I'm not only saying that because we're partnered with them. All right, I chose them as a sponsored exchange for a reason. You can trade right on the chart. Okay, you can use really big leverage on a ton of altcoin pairs, sort of like an all-in-one crypto exchange. So if you're interested in that, not only can you sign up through our referral, but if you do, we're doing a giveaway where we're giving $100 to 3 individuals every single week. And we're actually giving the money that we're making from the referral link back to the community. Okay, we're probably like the only influencers to be doing that. But if you want to take part in that, make sure you use the link below. Okay, Bybit is a nasty crypto exchange. It's definitely outperforming KuCoin. I don't even use KuCoin anymore because Bybit is so much better. It wasn't always that way, but they certainly are that way now. So make sure you check that link out below. And we can basically look to do this with all of the major pairs that we're trying to trade, basically finding the beginning of the trend and coming up to the most recent high and taking a look at a potential retracement level down to this 61.8 that could be our dip buy value in case we do see a major sell-off in crypto. And something to keep in mind, this is sort of my overall psychology behind crypto right now. Crypto over time is going to slowly become less and less of a speculative trade vehicle and more of a way of actually sort of escaping tyrannical government and globalization. So if we are to see some sort of monetary crisis where governments are doing really, really bad things with money, or just hyperinflation starts to set in and become a major economic issue, okay, we could actually see crypto take a much more significant dive down, because normally what we're seeing is the traditional markets tend to be a leading indicator for cryptocurrency. And we can see right here, if we go over to a weekly chart of the Dow Jones, okay, we just hit a perfect 261.8 projection with the price coming all the way up to that value off of the low from basically the bottom of 2009, where we're getting all of these perfect contact points with our fibs, which could indicate if we do see a retracement back down even to the 50 level or even the 38.2 level, okay, that could still lead us to see about a 25% downturn in traditional markets, which could also respectively end up turning Bitcoin down, which would send us right into that level, or it could send us even more down into, you know, the sub $20,000 levels. I don't think that's going to happen for much time at all, because basically what's, in my opinion, going to happen in that situation is everyone's going to realize that their money or their fiat money is essentially becoming worthless, and they're going to want a place to be able to fight sort of the control of a government, and that's where Bitcoin could actually slide in with a use case. And I think because Bitcoin is now becoming an institutional method of storing value and being in something that's deflationary, that we would sit sort of dormant down in these levels that we've previously seen in Bitcoin before. So basically, if we do see a crash because of the traditional markets, I think that it will be very, very short-lived, and nonetheless, the 61.8 for all of your major investments on all your major pairs that you're looking to get into is going to be a very healthy level to set a dip buy value on. And if you're looking to take shorter term trades, you could use sort of these same techniques on a smaller time frame basis, which are also the same techniques that we talk about in our premium training and on our premium cryptocurrency Discord community. Okay, like I just showed you, we're taking all sorts of regular trades. We've actually been on fire this week. Okay, one of our analysts, Andrew, we can take a look at his stats for the past month using our CH2 system. He's been able to achieve a 24.44 increase in risk factor. So to put that into proportion, if you had traded with $100 risk on each trade, you would have profited $2,400 in just 1 month. And sort of the idea of trading is to, you know, take that $100 risk and move it into, you know, $300 or $400 risk, which could allow you to essentially make, you know, $8,000 to $10,000 a month if we have months like this, which definitely is on the better side, but nonetheless, really, really crazy. We've been absolutely smashing these trade alerts. You know, you can see we're putting out where we're getting in short term, and everyone is able to see this on the signal side and on the premium internal team side as well. All right, so if you made it to this point in the video, I want to go over a trade that I am doing with the premium side of the team. This is actually a unique opportunity and sort of a unique circumstance that I want to share with you guys for just sort of first video back in about 2 weeks of posting, and I just want to make sure that you guys are feeling the love here. So I want to do something and show you guys a plan that I have with one of these patterns that we're going to be trying to pursue, that I will be trying to pursue as well. So some of you might have heard of Steppen. It's GMT is the ticker, and this is sort of a new project. It's like a Web3 fitness app. Okay, we can see it's #1 trending right now, just listed on Coinbase. And right now you can see that we have about a $1.9 billion market cap with a fully diluted market cap of $20 billion. And if we look at the use case, it's definitely very cool, but I don't think that this is ready for the world to adopt yet, especially at a $2 billion valuation. Basically, individuals are able to earn the in-game tokens by walking or jogging around outdoors. And what we've sort of seen with projects like this is where players or individuals earn funds from the money put into the project. Okay, eventually that's going to have to get paid out, and that's sort of where money continues to get stripped out of a project. And I'm not saying that it can't survive long term. I'm just saying that it seems a little bit early for this to be really successful. So if we take a look at the chart over here, okay, we just listed on Coinbase. This had a huge marketing push. This is one of the, you know, bigger projects to launch. That's caught a lot of mainstream hype. What we can do is we can count these wave cycles and look at this and see if this is a perfect Elliott wave. I'll probably do a follow-up video maybe on this again once we start getting a little bit closer. But we can see up to 1, down to 2, 3, 4 comes down to the crest of 1. It looks perfect, just like what we saw in Bitcoin on that sort of macro Elliott wave where we saw the crash. Okay, then we have 5 push up here, and now we have A, B potentially up here down to C. All right, so I'm going to show you the same pattern on Bitcoin, and then I'm going to show you how this looks exactly like what we're seeing with STEPN, and how this is actually potentially just us reading mass human psychology that could end up allowing us to make a lot of money on this play. So if we start here with our wave 1, up to 1, down to 2, up to 3, low of 4 comes to that 1 range, just like what we saw on STEPN, and then we have this come up to 5. Okay, then what we have is from this high down to a low, back up here, and then back down is our C wave. And if we take our Fibonacci projection off of the beginning of the trend right here, so we start with 1 and give ourselves that factor of 1, bring the low back down to this zone, we can see that 161.8 really nicely touched the top of 5 here. And if we go from 3 down to A, okay, we can draw a line from the top of 3 down to the low of A, and then all we have to do is clone this level right here and put it along the top of 5. And what does that give us? It gives us the exact top of where B could be, and then we basically just take an inverted Fibonacci off of the top of 5 down to the low of A, and we got this really nice consolidation of price action into the inverted 61.8 level off of the top trend, and then boom, we got a really, really nice push down to lows here. So now if we go back over and we look at STEPN, okay, we have the same sort of concept going on where we have wave 1 up to here, pull down to 2, 3, 4 comes down to the high of 1, up to 5, and now we have A potentially coming up to this inverted Fibonacci level before we see a correction down. And if we take our Fibonacci projection off of this value into the consolidation of the high of 1 and then back down, you can see that off of this 161.8, we actually did get a little bit of a volatility push into this zone. So this is what we call on the premium side a 3-5A setup, and we actually take a lot of these types of trades. So now basically what we're waiting to do is have the price come back up here to this inverted Fibonacci, and then we can end up trading this down. That way, if we're wrong, we only lose what's up here by shorting it. But if this does end up coming down and then fizzling out and going nowhere, okay, we'll be able to make 5 to 6 times the amount of money we're risking. And we can start to reduce risk systematically in here the way we do with other trades. And this is going to allow us to potentially bank off of over speculation of projects that don't really have the use case to support, necessarily the valuation in the market currently. So this is a trade that we're sort of looking at doing along with all the other regular trades on cryptos. I figure this is kind of like a cool thing for me to show you guys so you can sort of get an inside scoop and potentially even be able to figure out how to do this. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to do a quick little informal video talking about Bitcoin, some trade opportunities, and where I see the price moving short term, and also a dip by level. But also we could see this level price or this price level dip down, in which case I will be adding in here around $30,000 on Bitcoin, and you could just do the same sort of trick with the 61.8 on all the major pairs to figure out your dip by level. So that's basically my update in the markets. If this video was entertaining or helpful to you, make sure you hit the like button on the video. If you're new here and you liked this content and you're looking forward to other content, make sure you hit subscribe, turn on all bell notifications. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Okay, reach out to us. We're pretty active in our Discord community, which you can check out below as well. And yeah, that's basically it for today. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video.